Is that it right there?
Oh my god.
Where time drifts slowly.
Oh, the unicorn! What the fuck is a unicorn there?
Right?
Silhouette.
Experience pure.
Oh, this is amazing.
You remember that, right?
Bro, this is way better than anything I remember. It's just a lot of chanting.
Direct from Europe.
No.
His
No, it's not.
multi-platinum
Just wait for it.
collection has won the hearts of millions. Set adrift with the timeless pleasures of tubular bells.
Oh.
Or take a trip
Oh,
into the
oh,
unknown with
X-Files.
the X-Files theme.
Oh, the blink
Remember
stare. Yes,
Oh
dude.
my god.
Pure mood.
Dude, I honestly would pay more than $15.99 for that right now on
Or
cassette.
send check on money order for the amount shown.
Bro, you think that number still holds up to this
Rush
day?
delivery available.
No.
Call
There's
now.
no way.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Nostalgia.
Oh my god, I hate. You know, it's funny because you don't think about how that's like in your child. Oh, that happened. You don't think about how that's in your childhood.
Yeah.
Like you
No,
just
I
think-
do. I do.
But it's just amazing that what sticks.
Okay, so welcome internet to Two Dudes Just Talking, number 6.
Woo woo.
Back again, I'm Ivan here with Chris,
Ooh, AKA
Pokemaster,
What?
Pokemaster,
Oh yeah. Yes,
aka
sir.
Funkadelic Robot. I'm sorry, keep interrupting you.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to get my free plugs in, man. Free plugs, Funkadelic Robots.
With a space in between Funka and Delic.
Yeah, because it's like Funka, Delic Robots.
All right, and today we are talking about top 5 TV shows. Chris and I are going to have different picks for our top 5 TV shows. You're also probably wondering why I have this on the stand with the pop filter. I'm
No.
having some technical difficulties with the mic right now, so I'm letting it sit because the wire's all janked up.
Be ashamed if someone were to kick it right now.
Yeah, and peak. And yeah, just have me edit it later on.
Yeah. That's a real big personal problem for you.
You just get mad at me like,
Just like,
edit
oh, wow.
that.
Edit that, bitch. Oh, anyway.
Okay. All right. So, how you doing today?
Okay. I am doing actually phenomenal. I just had a really bad chest cold the last couple days. That sucked. I don't know if you can still hear it a little bit or not, but
You
yeah,
sound fine.
yeah. I drink so much water because I asked my friend. I was like, "How do you get over a chest cold?" And she was just like, "Drink way too much water." Essentially, like she told me to like just drink water, and I just been doing that, drinking tea, like, and just flushing it out. And I swear, it's like unnecessary amount of water I drink, but it got me here because we couldn't film yesterday. I couldn't talk. I was like, "Hey, how are you?"
Well, let's hope you got that water weight, boy.
Oh yeah, probably. That isn't. Well, we'll say that for the end part. But other than that, I'm doing great. I'm doing freaking tastic.
All right. To be honest, I haven't really thought about the top 5 shows. We honestly just came up with the idea for it just now, and I haven't really thought about it. Although I do know my number 1.
But that's the last one, so it doesn't help us for the first one. So you want me to go my number?
What's number 5, Chris?
All right, I would say. Oh dang! Now that I think about it,
Now that you
but I have to
think
say.
about
Okay,
it.
no. I have to say my 5th favorite show is Breaking Bad.
That's a really good choice.
Yeah, I think the thing is why it doesn't. I think it just. I think it's perfect. I think that, like, it had a beginning, middle, and end, and it always technically the story progressively got better, and like there wasn't a dip. It just progressively got better because when you look at it in the whole, technically the beginning is the weaker part of the story, and it was his progression. There was character growth for everyone. You know what I'm saying? So it was good. Like, people weren't the same person they were at season 1. And the reason why it's not higher on this list is because legit, I knew it was the last season. People were raving about it. So I binged it. So I saw the whole series in like 2 weeks.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. Like, I totally cheated it. Just I basically cut to the head of the line right at the end. And then when everyone was like, the end, which I won't spoil it for you because, I won't do that. But, like, I was like, yeah, dude, I love it all. And everyone's like, wow, you were a really big fan. I'm like, yeah, because I seen it last week. That's why I remember every character's name. I'm like, ha ha ha, joke's on you. All right, that's my number 5.
Number 5. It's really good. All right, now let me say really quick that that's on my list too. So instead of talking about it later, I'm going to talk about it now.
So where does it place on your list?
I don't know where it places on my list. There's
Come on.
Look, there's number 1 is number 1. Everything else is in there jumbled around. I'm just gonna name them off.
Fine.
But since you named Breaking Bad now,
if you want to be a little pansy about it and not pick the tough decision, this is focal point. People came here for our nerd credit. I'm asking you to make the decision. Breaking Bad's on there. That's great. Where does it lay on top 5? Is it because obviously it's not number 1. So where is it top 5? Ivan, I'm putting you on blast.
I'll put it at 5.
You'll put it at 5 too?
I wanna talk about it now since you're talking about it. So I'm gonna put it at 5. It's in my top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do gotta say, like, you brought up some really good points, and I think it ended right where it should have.
Yes.
I think the last 2 seasons just made it perfectly so that it'll end properly, instead of dragging it out like they do a whole bunch of other shows.
Walking Dead. Oh god.
Yeah. I thought about putting that on my list. Let's just say it's not on my list.
It would have been on your list if they had an ending to that. Damn.
Spoiler alert, really quick. Skip 10 seconds. If Glenn didn't die, it would be one of my top
I think
shows.
everyone knows that. I don't think you have to. I think everyone knows that.
Just in case.
Okay, fine. If you want to do that. Glenn death actually made me want to watch the show again. And then when I realized it's basically the same thing, but with a little cooler character, because I like Negan. I thought Negan was awesome.
Negan's dope.
But I like when you realize it's the same thing over and over again with no foreseeable end in sight. I was just like, nah. Anyway, we're not here to talk about the shows we don't like. We're talking about here to talk about our favorites. Now, number 4 for me would have to be Parks and Rec. I love it.
Really?
I think it's just a great sitcom. It's funny. The characters are likable. You felt for every character, and it's one of those things you can continuously watch over and over again, and it doesn't get old, and it's just so funny and and honestly, everyone plays their role perfectly. Everyone knows what they're doing, who they are, and just commit to it. And you realize like they all knew they were a bunch of funny people doing something funny, and guys, let's just do the best we can.
All right.
And don't get me wrong, actually the first season is actually not that good. But
really?
They bring it back. They course correct with Leslie Knope's character in a way where you completely forgive it. They drop a character that really wasn't doing anything, he was lame. I don't even remember his name. When I tell everyone to watch it, I'm like, even with that faulty season, the first season, I still think it's still one of the best ongoing series, even with that flaw.
All right. That's really good. I never seen the show personally. To be honest, I don't like a very awkward comedy. And I'm just going to say this. Scrubs, I can barely get through it. I didn't even get through it, to be honest. I can't do it.
Is that awkward?
It's terribly awkward.
How is it awkward?
The characters, they're so just awkward. They put themselves in terribly embarrassing predicaments all the time.
Well,
anyway, we're not talking about this.
Okay,
we're not talking about those.
Oh. Right.
Okay, now I really have to think about it.
Number 4.
So number 4, I'm gonna do Scrubs.
A show you couldn't even get through. You're gonna say Scrubs.
Scrubs I think was a lot funnier to me. It was a lot more tolerable, especially because I think that JD was a more likable character.
Oh yeah.
You had Turk. He was also very funny. Everyone on that show was relatively funny for the first bunch of seasons.
We don't count that last one.
I must admit, yes, the show did reach a relative decline after a certain point, and that last season definitely was the nail on, hit the nail on the head.
I love the ending
did
though, the actual not when they're in school, when they make the college a school or whatever the heck.
Right.
When JD's that scene of him looking at the thing.
You mean
it shows his future.
Wait, what?
You never see.
I saw the ending when he's. I remember the ending
When
him
he's
walking down the hall.
and he sees like all the characters that he met. It's like
Yeah.
It's like I thought it was. I'm like when whoever thought of that. Oh, that's like him walking down the hall and you see all these little characters and how it affected his life. People that weren't alive, some that are dead, and like you see him walking, and then that's his past. Him walking outside and seeing his future with like the characters that he's built, like all his all the crew, and like where he's gonna go. And it wasn't for sure where it was going, but it was the promise of the future. Like that show had that ending legitimately had no reason to be that good. Like that ending didn't need to be that good for the show the Scrubs was.
Right.
But it was. I loved it.
Well, that's really good. Yeah. I remember liking it a lot. I know Zach Braff did a lot of the writing and directing for some of the episodes, and I really like his style. And I like a lot of the things he's in, especially the movie Garden State. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm gonna probably make a video on it. So be expecting that.
I'll rewatch it with you.
All right, but yeah, it was just a great TV show I can put on any point in time, watch any episode, and just have a good time. Especially episode 100, My Way Home, is my favorite episode. Definitely watch that one.
Oh. Yeah. What? Oh, damn. I can't.
That's the one about Wizard of Oz.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. And number 3.
My number 3 is I'm going to a childhood favorite, Dragon Ball Z.
Dope.
Dragon Ball Z is I'm of the Toonami era, so like I have childhood memories of being in school, and like when the Frieza saga dropped, and every episode was going down, and you're like, oh my god, new DBZ's hitting the streets, and it is not like we had the internet that we had now.
New DBZ.
Yeah, new. I use that loosely. Like it was just happening, and I remember because when Goku went Super Saiyan that day, this whole school was in buzz. Everybody was talking about it, like all the dudes. And it's funny because I just remember us being in art class, and the girls are like, "What are y'all talking about?" Because legitimately, like all like cool factions or whatever went to side. We were all nerds that day because Goku went Super Saiyan, and now it's on.
Weird factions like the nerdy people and like the
nerdy,
and then
like
everybody got together for.
But no one cared
this.
because it's one of those things because we were all like, dude, Goku went Super Saiyan. Frieza's finally gonna get his. He killed Vegeta. Vegeta crying, looking into Goku. Oh god, that shit was good. That's underrated. That's an underrated scene, by the way. When he's talking about, it's like, you're the last hope. This guy's a monster. Don't be the good person. And Goku's like, I'm gonna sock him in the kisser. And you're like, oh, sock him in the kisser, Goku. Yeah. DBZ, just overall good show. It does. I am a little biased, but these are my top 5. I'm thinking of my favorites because Buu Saga definitely, after the Majin Goku fight, does fall off. It should have ended at Cell. DBZ, I feel like. But, and right now, I'm loving what's going on in Dragon Ball Z's Dragon Ball Super. With the tournament going on right now. It's so good.
It's still going on?
Oh, it's still going on, and it's good.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a tournament right now. They did a really good job talking about how every character in the tournament that's on like fighting for our universe. Oh, you're cool. Oh, someone's also salty. And also like they make everyone look worthy. Like everyone fighting for our universe there's a reason why they're fighting for our universe. Spoiler issue. That's not really spoiler.
I haven't really seen much of it. I know some stuff, but I'm just gonna.
Super's really good. I really like it, and watching it, it always makes me feel like a kid again.
All right.
And the intro song is awesome. Dun, 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 let's go! And you're like, yeah, let's go, let's go. It's awesome. I love it.
Well, it's a very impactful show, no doubt. I know. Yeah, this is definitely the same. Everybody talked about it at my schools.
Think about it. It really brought anime to the forefront.
Yeah.
Without DBZ, I would have never seen Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star, Gundam series.
Okay. Which brings me to my number 3, Cowboy Bebop.
Ooh!
Oh shit, boy!
Oh,
who would have known? Yeah, Cowboy Bebop, just a great anime. Definitely one of those animes, I saw because it came on TV on Adult Swim.
Masterful.
Yeah, which, by the way, I'm gonna link a few things down in the description. I got some guy, Geekdom 101. He does some great videos about Toonami and Adult Swim, stuff like that, and Dragon Ball Super as well, and Dragon Ball series. I'll link his channel down at the bottom if you want to know some of those things. He's great for those kind of knowledge. But not talking about that. Cowboy Bebop is just so dang cool. You kidding me? When I was a kid and I was like, man, they're traveling in space. They're bounty hunters, and Spike is so dang cool smoking his cigarette.
Oh yeah.
And Faye was extremely hot when I was younger.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And like all the neat adventures were really great. And another great thing about that show was like you can watch almost any episode and like it's an actual episode. Like you like vaguely know what's going on with these characters just from watching one episode. Anybody can just jump in unless it's like right at the end or like very few episodes and like be like not triggered, be enthralled to watch more. And it came out at a perfect time too, in the early 2000s, I think, and I really think it did help build anime to the forefront as well after Dragon Ball Z did, to a more mainstream audience, and I think it was really important.
Yeah. One big thing I want to say that was really good about not Dragon Ball Z, excuse me, Cowboy Bebop, is Cowboy Bebop did like episodic episodes, but like episodes where they told its own individual story. But as you were watching from beginning to end, there was an overarching story, but they gave you little hints. They never gave you the full thing because they always treated their audience intelligently. Like they hey, you put in the pieces. Like, here, we're not gonna spell everything out for you. We're gonna show you there's like legit just flashes of things, and you're gonna have to piece it together.
Wait, did I say? Wait, what were we on? We were number 3
You
on
said
4.
4 for Scrubs.
4 Scrubs. Okay.
All right. Then your 3 is Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
And my 4 is Parks and Rec, and my 3 is DBZ.
Parks and Rec. Right. I completely forgot about 4. I'm really scatterbrained.
That's fine. We're filming an episode. It's okay. It's whatevs.
Okay.
All right. So.
Wait, what was 3 again?
Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball. Let me just put Dragon Ball.
No, not Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z. All right. There's a difference.
Plus Super. Can I do Plus Super? Or just?
Yeah, you can put Plus Super.
Okay.
I'm really digging Super. Right now, that's a current thing. All right. So now to my number 2. Number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2. Game of Thrones.
All right.
Game of Thrones is amazing on every front. I think they did a great job of getting actors on like to just go to like 10. Storytelling to 10. The sets amazing, and it's one of these things they like looking back. Like, you're watching the show, and just for the spectacle that it is, and then you start caring about these characters, and then you're like, oh, they're not gonna die. That's not gonna happen, dude. And then they're like, no, fuck you. We got a story we gotta tell, and this guy's gotta go. And you're like, no way. And then you're like, what's gonna happen? And when characters are fighting, you feel as the like they can die at any moment. Anyone can die. No one is like, especially now, because the characters that like you're like, oh, they're not gonna die. You're like, oh, dude, we're heading towards the last season. Anyone can die. Like it's on.
Yeah. Spoiler alert: Frodo drops the ring in Mount Doom.
Well, no one's talking about crappy Lord of the Rings. All right.
Amazing.
Crappy.
Amazing.
Overrated. I can't say that hard enough.
What else do you want to say about Game of Thrones? Is that it?
Game of Thrones, honestly, just well acted. Love where it's going. It sucks that we have to wait till 2019 to get the last season, but it's worth the wait. Nothing good is ever. It's just handed to you. You know what I'm saying? Nothing worth having is ever easy. I gotta wait. I gotta put in a year of wait time for Game of Thrones to come into my body. then I'm doing it.
Why does that have to be your body?
My body. It's going to my body. All right, don't.
That's, yeah, from what I hear, like every episode is like multi-million-dollar episodes, at least nowadays, since it's coming to the climax or the conclusion, should I say?
Yeah, Kit Harington, the main actor, I saw the thing. He makes $500,000 an episode.
What am I doing?
You need to be on Game of Thrones. And even that theme song is awesome, dude. Everything about it, like the second that show starts and to the end, and then they put like outro that'll be relevant to like what the episode you just happened. So like it winds you down when you're watching. Like there's like times where it'll be like nothing because like what you saw was just so amazing. There's no music. We're just gonna go with silence. I forgot that episode because you're watching the end of it and you're like, and they're like nothing. Be alone with your thoughts. Here we go. Oh man, it's just awesome. And I know some people don't like it because it's a bit talky at times, but I love a good talk. I love a good talk.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I know you agree because you like.
Yeah, dialogue is great. Quentin Tarantino movies, yeah.
Yeah, dialogue.
As long as it's good dialogue, obviously. It can't be just being like, "Oh, what'd you have for breakfast? Oh, I had a turkey leg. I had a mutton chop." Yeah, I might have. I'm feeling kind of gassy. You know, obviously not that.
Yeah, no, it's all everything you have. Like, yeah, Game of Thrones is one of the show where you're like, no, talk to me while I'm watching this, or I will fight you. All right, what's your number 2, buddy?
Number 2, I have Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe you put Full Metal over Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, I mean, I like Cowboy Bebop a lot, but I think Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood just really hit me a lot harder in the feels. That's one thing. If you can make me feel really emotional while watching something, like you got me.
You won.
You got me. And that show. Well, those of you who don't know, there was a Full Metal Alchemist series and then a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Both good.
Both good in their own rights. Yeah. Although the first one was an unfinished story, essentially. It was based off a manga, and I finished the show before the manga, so they had to take their own liberties and finish it their own way. And while Brotherhood was a more telling of the manga's stories.
I still thought both of them were really good.
Oh yeah.
Like I know people like obviously have their favorites, but I really think that both honestly, like I say, Brotherhood is better.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm like if you want either or, you can't go wrong.
Oh yeah, no doubt. The first one is a lot darker in tone.
Which I dug.
Yeah, and the second one. What I like about the second one and kind of what I don't like is I think the story is great. I feel like it tells the story a lot better than the first one did. And the only problem I have with Brotherhood is that it kind of takes a while to drag out the entire story. And I feel like they left out a lot of things too that weren't in the mangas. But besides that, I think the characters are great. You do see a lot of character progression. I think some of the settings were really great. And the whole like last season, like last 15 episodes were just like I wanted to like sit down and binge watch the whole thing. So good. It's a great show.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch it. It's been a long time since I've seen Brotherhood. And honestly, you know, it's funny because this brings up an interesting fact. You know, a little build up before we give our number 1. Is people really in like in the States really don't give anime enough credit? Like they tell really good stories.
Oh yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like I know people because I have issues with like Naruto and even Dragon Ball Z is guilty of the filler, but like honestly they tell great grand stories that like can't normally be told and through a really good venue. Like I thought anime doesn't get enough credit. And I think even nowadays, like I'm not as up to point as anime. I watch Super, but that's pretty much it. But that and Attack on Titan, like I stick to my favorites. But like there's a lot of good anime like I know I'm missing out on that I'm just not watching. But like it's a great great way to tell great stories.
Yeah, no, yeah. And I think, hold on. What does that say?
Hey, what up, guys? Ivan here. Sorry about this little fill-in really quick, but my camera overheated while recording this a few times. Just thought I'd let you know. I didn't know that when I bought this camera, but it's a lot better than my phone, so I'm going to try to figure it out and try not to have it cut out like this all the time. So just warning you, there's going to be a few more cuts where the camera overheats, but I just decided, let's finish. Let's put the episode out. Bye.
All
Okay.
right. So, hard cut. Technical difficulties. By the way, I know you might have noticed that I threw my phone. It's probably the first time you saw my phone. That's because I got a new camera.
Woo.
And I stopped using my phone. Thank fucking Jesus. I'm so sick of that thing. Anyway.
Yeah, I think the videos came out all right. That's me, though.
Yeah. Well, continuing what I was saying is that America gives animation such a bad stigma. Like cartoons and stuff,
What do they call it? Japanimation?
They called it Japanimation at first, and it changed to anime, which anime is pretty much any animation, so I don't know why they just called Japanese animation anime. And then, yeah, because, they took some animes for kids' TV, they ruined them, in a sense. They think it's only for kids. Like, it's just one of those things where people in these networks, they don't take anime seriously, I suppose. Anyway, that's all I had to say. But it is a true medium, in my opinion. So,
I agree.
that. Okay. And to be honest, I kind of want to do the first number one.
Oh, you want to be the first number one? Okay.
Yeah. So number one, I have to say, is Courage the Cowardly Dog.
What? So you're saying in your life, Ivan, hold on. So you're saying in your life, in your years of living, number one show that you've ever laid your eyes on? Coward, what was it?
Courage the Cowardly Dog. Have you ever seen it?
I did see it, and I thought it was meh.
Meh? I think it was great.
But I understand I'm in the small camp.
Yeah, I loved that show. And I haven't seen the video on it, but I know some guy on YouTube already, Critical. He made something about why he thought Courage the Cowardly Dog was the best show ever, and I love this guy forever for that, for his opinion on that. I haven't seen it, although I do gotta say that he mentioned something like it has something for everyone, and I do have to agree with him. That has spooky elements, it has funny elements. I think the animation was very creative and very unique, and Courage was so lovable. Such a cute little dog. I love dogs. So, I don't know. Him protecting his owners, even Eustace, even though he was a fucking shitbag, he tried to protect him as much as possible, but he got himself killed all the time. Or other things.
He got himself killed?
Not really killed. Obviously, he doesn't die. They don't kill him off on the show. But, well, I mean, it has these standalone episodes where, like, all these crazy stuff happens, and, like, it'll probably have, like, Eustace probably turn into, like, some kind of weird creature or kind of get smushed or sent out to the moon. But, hey, next episode, guess what? They're still back in the living room.
No, okay.
And it has all these interesting theories that, like, it's all just inside of his head. Just look them up. I think they're really interesting. I think it's a show I just enjoy it. I can watch any episode. If it comes on TV, I'll just sit down and watch it. I just love it. I think it's so unforgettable in my opinion. And I just love it. That's all. I guess that's all I got to say.
All right. So, well, well, there's nothing I really would like to add to that, but I really can't because I didn't watch the show, and I remember not liking it when I was a kid, actually. Watching it and being like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to go watch something else. Rugrats is on, baby. Anyway, no, what? You got a problem with Rugrats? You got a problem with Reptar?
I don't have a problem with Rugrats, but Rugrats is one of those shows I loved as a kid, but I can never watch again anymore. I can't watch it anymore.
What are you talking about, man? When Chucky finds a picture of his mom and then shows it to his dad on the Mother's Day? Do you not remember that, dog?
I remember that.
Oh, man, that was some feels where, like, just Chucky looks up because it's, like, it's not the babies talking. It's the adults looking at Chucky, and Chucky just has a picture of his mom. It's like, hey, Dad, this is my mom? And then it's like, oh, I mean, like, you have to understand, like, you're watching, and as a kid, you're like, oh, man, he doesn't know his mom. And anyway, I don't want to get into that. I'm not trying to feel this hard. All right? I didn't want to get here.
I got to give that show some credit, though. It was kind of progressive with Susie. She was like the smartest kid on the block. And the whole Carmichael family, they weren't kooks. They were like a normal family. And everyone else, like the Pickles and the other families, they're just fucking weirdos, man.
Well, it's his greatest invention, remember?
Oh, greatest invention?
Yeah.
What?
The Stu Pickles always talk about how he's got a new invention.
Yeah. It's
Oh.
kooky. It's crazy.
But what was I gonna say? Who were the Carmichaels?
Carmichael is the black family.
Oh, okay. All right. That's funny that you say it like that. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh well. All right. Well, my number one, and anyone who knows me knows, like, duh, they know what my number one is. It's actually How I Met Your Mother. Now, I love this show. And the thing is, I remember a time where I was just like, I was at home and I was flipping through, and I caught the first episode of How I Met Your Mother when it was actually airing for the first time. And I remember, because I remember just, living my life, doing what I was when I was younger, and just being like, and it's great because it hits a weird part in the story where it's like, like, my friend is proposing to his wife. What am I doing today? And then you're like, oh crap, because everyone has that one friend that's like in a serious relationship, and you're out there just like going to bars and having fun, and you're like, oh wow, I have to look inwards. And then you're like, oh my god, why is the show on the pilot making me look inwards for? And like, it's great. The first episode is amazing. The whole series, it honestly, it has its flaws. Like, it does dip in the mid-season stuff, and but like, honestly, when I think of it, like, it's such an idea. It's a story told backwards. Like,
Okay.
Like a guy like Bob Saget with his father voice, he can say whatever dirty comedic shtick he says, but when he's telling me a story and he's like, "Come on, son," I'm like, "Where are we going, Dad? Come on, Bob, Dad." We're back on, baby. We live.
All right. I hope it's the last time it cuts. We have been talking for a while.
Yes, we have. But yeah, How I Met Your Mother. I think it's a great idea. Like, they and you know what it doesn't. You know what How I Met Your Mother doesn't get enough credit with? Their soundtrack. If you like indie music, it's so good. There's so many gems. Like, if you ever listen to the music that they use, it's amazing. I love it so much. It's introduced me to so many good art. I'm like, who sings this song? And then I go, and then I have new artists. And growing up too, and like Barney Stinson suit up, it became a thing. Like, and like, I love it. I love the show. I love the characters. Everyone in it. It's just great. And like, it was the only time where like they had a relationship that, like, with oh my god, I'm blanking on the name. Like Lily and Marshall. Or like they weren't this crazy make believe. No, they were just in love. They were in love the whole time. They had their problem at the beginning, and they had issues, but they dealt with it and moved on. And you're like, you're so used to seeing relationships like Ross and Rachel break up, get back together, break up, and run. No, they like broke together legitimately like one time. That's because she got freaked out before engagement. Where anyone would say in real life that's okay. Like, it was a crazy story, but they always found a good way to like bring it back to like the base. And the last season, I wish they did a couple things differently. But honestly, I would like the episode with the mother, the last season. Like, that's just gives credit to the actress, and that episode was just incredibly well written. And apparently, the writers on the show, they had that idea in their head forever, like when the show started. Like, hey, we're gonna have one episode just for her. Change the intro and everything.
Wow.
Great. I loved it.
Huh. Well, it's a pretty good list. It's a varied list except for Breaking Bad.
Yeah, but I think Breaking Bad is one of those things where it'd be crazy if it wasn't on someone's top 5.
It's a big phenomenon, to be honest.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. So that's our top 5, guys.
That's our top 5.
And I guess that's the end of the episode. Well, almost
Uh-huh.
the end of the episode.
Oh.
We are going to talk about the weight loss, do our weigh-ins, which weight loss thing has been all right, to be honest. It's kind of been hard to stay strict on the diet, but I think I've been doing well, and it's only going to get better, baby.
Well, I actually had a couple things happen to me. I started off really strong, and then I had to work, but I was a little broke. So then I had to just eat garbage. I was eating garbage, and I really wasn't getting exercise because I was working from sun up to sundown. So it just wasn't a thing. And then I got sick, and it was just like I had a bad chest cold.
Excuses.
It's
Excuses.
just what happened. If I take the L, then I'll lose. I'll just take it. I'll take the loss. It's not a big. I stumbled the first week, but oh baby, I'm not here for the sprint. I'm here for the journey. Oh baby, better believe. Even look, I don't know if he wins or not right now. Okay, I don't know this. As of now. But what I do know is that Ivan is going to falter, and I am going to succeed. Because I'm the very best. Like no one ever was. I just made that up.
Okay. Respectable.
What have you been doing for your diet?
Eating unwitches. A lot of unwitches instead of any bread or any sweets. I've had I had like a cookie this past week. What else have I had? That's pretty much about it on my cheat.
Oh really, dude?
No, I've had some chips as well.
Well, dude, I went to Five Guys during the weekend.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. But what was it? Nothing for. What have you been doing for exercise?
Nothing. I haven't started that yet. I'm focusing on the diet, doing one thing at a time.
Well, that is more important.
Yeah, I've been focusing on that and trying not to lose my damn mind.
Well, for me, I am doing Ashanti's
Ashanti.
Anyway,
All right.
so I've been doing Shanti's workout, T25.
Okay.
So busting that out, it sucks. Anyone who's taken any Ashanti's exercises, they know it's rough, but it gets you the results. And I've been, besides my snafu with this weekend, I've been eating, like I've been on around a 1,400 calorie diet, and I've been honestly been able to. I've cut out sodas, and yeah,
That's
just
number one. That's number one cut
like
out
I don't
soda.
drink soda. I had a sugar-free Monster today, but that's because I was dry. I needed energy, like I just needed something, like for this, because like I said, I was sick, and like no, I've been staying away from all that. I haven't drank. I do plan to drink Wednesday, but I plan to drink some vodka, like try to keep it right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So just doing that, me and my girlfriend, which I love so much. We plan to actually have a vegan day, where we're gonna try one day eat vegan. I've never tried anything like that in my life, but I'm gonna try it, and you'll get that video on my channel.
Oh yeah, right. Subscribe to this guy. Link in the description. Funkadelic Robot. Space between the Funka and the Delic.
It's Funkadelic Robots.
All right. Of course, I am Ivan, and I'm cutting here. It's gonna head straight to our weigh-ins. All right.
Peace.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Woohoo! Ivan's weigh-in. Let's see. Shit, you want to hold the camera?
I'll hold it. Am I hold? Okay, there it is. They're holding the
forward
lens.
a little bit.
Give you some room to work. See work.
Ah,
Where
lost
you at?
about 8 pounds.
8 pounds. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check you out, buddy
Ooh,
boy.
let's
Chris is
see.
weighing.
Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm not too thrilled about this. Oh, I also lost 8 pounds.
All right.
We're tied up.
That makes me the winner this week.
It means my days are cold without you, and I'm hurting while I'm with you.